Welcome to the final part of Heavy Rain. I don't really care if I'm sitting here for 3 or 4 hours, but this will be the final part of Heavy Rain. With Madison dead, we probably only have 4 or 5, maybe 6 episodes left in the game total. And those are quite lengthy, but I think we could probably get it done in under 3 hours. So right now we're at the Mad Jack episode as Norman, and if you notice, this is exactly like to the frame where I left off at part 4, but I'm actually recording this a day and a half later. I just have had Heavy Rain open. I haven't closed the application, so it's at the exact same spot where I left off at. So that's the only reason why it's at the same like frame, and I'm not on the menu trying to get in, but I digress. So Norman will have to either kill, arrest, or get killed by Mad Jack here. We're going to try and arrest him after we find evidence of him killing other officers, but it is probably the hardest prompt in this entire game to get right. Last time I played through this, I did manage to take the trypticane and arrest him, and I don't know if lightning will strike twice. So I know he has his gun, so I don't know why he took his R instead of his gun.
Mad Jack is suspected of stealing the car I'm looking for. Might be worth asking him a few questions. Feeling sick, got the sweats, hands are shaking. Hope this works out all right. Goddamn rain, soaking wet. 24 hours. I've got less than 24 hours if I want to find Sean Morris still alive. Blake wasn't in the office when I left. Don't think I'm gonna miss him.
Alright, so he's on the, the other thing. We have to...
Hey, Cracker! What you doing in there?
So we're supposed to prompt him a different way, but since I was moving towards that, where he keeps the body things at, where the bodies and everything are, that's why he was alerted.
FBI. Can we talk for a minute?
Yeah?
I'm looking for the owner of a blue
Also, Mad Jack is supposed to be in his early mid-20s here, so
Chevrolet Malibu 83.
you're called
I don't
BS
give
on
a
that.
damn how the car got here, whether you stole it or not. I just want to know who bought it from you.
Sorry, man. Don't ring a bell. I got a real bad memory for names.
Perhaps I can help you to remember. If we find out that you sold the car to the man we're looking for, you're looking at some pretty solid time inside, Jackie boy.
You trying to scam me with your big talk? I never saw your damn car. Now take a walk.
So we have to investigate while Mad Jack's back is turned here.
Not much help, this so-called Mad Jack. He's either clean as a whistle, or else he's got something to hide. I don't trust this guy.
I don't either.
Chevrolet is my only lead. Better have a look with Harry. You never know.
Alright, so I'm gonna find the other clues first before we find the damning evidence, which is the body.
Blood. Now why is there blood here?
So I'm probably, when Mad Jack comes back over here, I'm probably going to be very quiet.
Fingerprints. Rob Jack's.
Because I do not want to mess this up. And I definitely don't want to, because if I mess it up, Mad Jack knocks Jaden out, and you get a chance at having Jaden die, and I definitely don't want Jaden to perish, because he's our ticket to freedom here. If Jaden dies, we are screwed, because we get one of the worst endings if Jaden dies here, because no one will save Sean. The killer will get away, Madison's already dead, and Ethan will be in prison very
Size
soon.
10. Most likely a visitor.
So, the episode after this, I think, is the one where Madison is supposed to call Ethan to tip him off about the cops, but since Madison is dead, Ethan's gonna get arrested. so we can't avoid that, which is thankful because I want Ethan in prison. I don't want Ethan to show up at the end. Or he'll get the rat trial, whichever comes first. And then we have to go to the blue room as Norman because Madison is dead. Did I look at those footprints? I must have.
Not the car I'm looking for.
So what we have to find is the body in the
Size 13.
thing.
Must be Mad Jack's size.
The acid wash or whatever. There's blood right there. Okay. I don't know if there's other evidence over here that actually ties them to.
Same brand of tire as the car I'm looking for. Has the killer's car been here?
Yes. So again, I think it takes 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure. There's orchid pollen over here.
Harry, comment. Traces of orchid pollen in the air inside the garage.
I think that's all I can find over here, and we have to go in, unless there's something in these barrels. What was I saying? Can't remember. He got the pollen, the killer's been in there. Man, I forgot. Oh, actually, there's a whole... This is probably gonna be... I completely forgot about Scott Shelby, but he's got to save Lauren, he's got to shoot the guys. There's definitely more than 6 episodes or whatever I said. But never fear, I'm determined to make this the last part. So, yeah, this is where things get real here. Alright, so I need to prepare myself because Mad Jack is gonna jump me right after I see this.
To the acid bath.
Okay, I cannot mess up here. This is pivotal. This is the most pivotal part in the entire game. The most important part to get right.
Hands on your head, pig. I ain't got time to be playing around with you. Let's just get you out of sight and finish you off.
So if you mess this up right here, he puts you in the car crusher. And if you mess up the trip out, he'll also put you in the car crusher. And I don't want Jaden to die, just even accidentally, because I don't think I will die. Even if I get put in the car crusher, it's not going to happen, but I just don't want that to happen. Oh my god, get up.
Enough fucking around. You're gonna tell me about the man with the blue car.
Go fuck yourself in the ass. Damn! You out of your motherfucking mind, man?
Oh shit, Jack. Ain't nothing to it, just a little bit of self-defense. Page 1 of the police manual. Kill or be killed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, enough. I'm starting to remember some things. You be cool, I'll tell you the tale. Now, I don't know nothing about the guy. He wanted me to get rid of his dirty car, get him a new one with false plates. He paid cash, and I ain't the questioning kind. said I was
He's gonna jump me here.
about to work to a guy named Paco down at the Blue Lagoon when the car was done. Now, that's all I know.
We'll continue this discussion down at the station. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
Okay, this is it right here.
Shit, not now. Anything you say can and will be.
If I was Jaden, I'd just shoot him right now.
You look like
Can't take any chances when you're overdosing or withdrawing. Okay. I used the wrong finger for that. Okay, well, that is way harder.
Turn around.
That is way harder in the hardest difficulty. You have to push, I think it's 6 buttons at once and hold left or right. And you might have to shake the controller too. But yeah, that was way easier than the difficulty I was playing on last time. We're on the normal medium difficulty right now. We're not on easy or hard. Well, that was underwhelming. I hyped that up to be the hardest moment in the game, but that wasn't even hard at all. Okay, so this is where Lauren just completely sells you out, because Lauren's a useless character. We're gonna give her the old Madison treatment here in a little bit.
So, you think the origami killer killed Manfred?
I'm gonna burn her eggs on purpose.
Didn't want him spilling his guts to us.
And you suspect Gordy Kramer, right?
Oh, him or one of his men. Gordy has the time and the means, not to mention the fucked up attitude to go along with it. He's only a suspect, but he's a pretty guilty looking one.
Are these your files on the case?
Yeah, I've been working on him for a couple of years. I built up a mountain of paperwork.
Oh, I want to check something here.
Magazines about
Oh,
origami.
never mind.
You
This
think
is smart
the
on
killer
his
could have
part.
subscribed to one of those?
If he was even remotely interested in origami in the last 30 years, his name may be in there somewhere. Trouble is, there's over 500 names. It gets a squat.
I'm starving. Do you have
So
anything-
because Madison's dead, we're not going to be in the burning building. I'm not giving away which burning building you're going to be in, but we're not doing that episode because Madison is dead.
Well, I'm no chef, but I should be able to make some scrambled eggs if you like.
Great. I'm soaking wet. I need to warm up a little. Is it okay if I take a shower?
I'll be my guest. Go in my bedroom, it's the next door. Oh, I'll cook up the eggs while you're under the shower.
So, again, we're going to burn
I'll get started
her
right
eggs.
away, so I'll be ready when she finishes her shower. Poor Manfred. We've just been toast in the old days. Didn't bring him much luck. Some nerve, that girl. Some
Amen.
nerve. Hope I didn't leave any prints in Manfred's shop.
We're also not going to wash our hands before we do the eggs.
Explaining things to the cops.
His filthy, germy hands are going to be all over Lauren's food. Also, there's an unwrapped sandwich in there. I want to know whose fridge says fridge on it in big letters. So we're just gonna walk away. Oh, well, I forgot to... That looks revolting. Alright. We're just gonna leave now. So right now we're just gonna wait for Lauren to get out of the shower, because there's nothing else we can do to progress the. Oh man, I just saw that. Look right there above his plaques. That's very important. I didn't know he can. Why would he even? You feel like he wouldn't have those windows showing what's behind there, but I've never noticed that. Hurry up, Lauren. Every second she's in there takes like 2 minutes to upload, okay? I'm not even kidding. The last part 4 video took about a day and a half to upload. And the last one before that took like 14 or 15 hours. And it's not like I can let them upload when I'm asleep, because I can't. Because you have to constantly be shaking the mouse, because if the computer goes to sleep, it cancels the upload. Which didn't used to happen, but since YouTube is, slowly getting shittier as time goes on, they've put that in. Which is just fantastic, because usually in the good old days, I've never had any good old days, all my days are shit. But in the quote-unquote days, you could just leave it overnight and it'd be uploaded, when you woke up. Not anymore. I've been trying to make a device that like shakes my mouse every couple of minutes, but I don't have the necessary components or any motors laying around, so I can't really fashion anything to make it kind of sway, like a baby rocker or something. I don't know, but I need something that makes my mouse, I need to make it so my computer can never go to sleep, is what I'm trying to say. But then it'd be in my face when I'm trying to sleep, the bright light of the computer. Okay, Lauren's been in here forever. Yeah, I'm trying to burn her eggs on purpose. I'm waiting for her to...
What's that smell?
I took the liberty of borrowing your bathrobe.
Looks better on you.
I'm giving her these gross eggs. Again, this was intentional. I know how to play this game. I know how to make the eggs perfectly.
I'm sorry. I told you, I'm not a great chef.
It's okay.
What's that?
The notebook I took from Manfred's place. According to this, about 30 clients bought spare parts for Royal machines in the last 10 years. The killer may be one of them.
Oh, checking out the alibi of 30 clients, one by one. That's a lot of legwork.
Except that if we cross-check them with the list of subscribers to Origami.
I want to know how the Origami Killer, he's probably hating his life right now because he knows that he's stupid for subscribing to Origami magazines. You wouldn't do that if you're called the Origami Killer. That just gives you away right there. That's rule number 1 of becoming a serial killer. I mean, do I have to explain this?
You still got that, right?
Yeah. Lauren, wait.
He couldn't have just... You don't want to Google. What I would do is I'd go to the library, because they can't track your IP to, the library. Anyone can use the library computers. It's anonymous. And then you can look up how to make origami. And then you, after a week of looking it up, watching videos at the library, or someone else's computer, preferably the library though, because anyone can come and go, it can't be tracked to you. If you sign up for Origami magazines, it can all be tracked back to you, or if you use your own computer. They can track your IP, they can track everything. Everything you look up in Google is instantly, they're made aware of, so... People are very stupid.
If the killer really used a Royal typewriter, and if he subscribed to an Origami magazine, his name should be on both lists.
Well,
John Shepard.
Lauren, I mean, that's just an assumption, but... Yeah, I suppose.
I just forgot about the little kid missions. We haven't even done one of them yet, which means we gotta do both of those. The blue room is Jaden, Ethan getting interrogated again, getting arrested, the rooftop chase or whatever, which I'm just gonna give up instantly. And Lauren's death scene, and Shelby's revenge on Kramer.
His name
So that's
is
probably, this is probably
We're
pushing
gonna
it
find
for one episode. It's gonna probably be 3 to 4 hours long. I could probably cut it in two, but I want, if this is the finale right here, it'll be the same number of parts as Beyond Two Souls is, and I think that's a very elegant touch. So, of course, the average duration of a Beyond Two Souls part was much longer than the Heavy Rain parts on average. So,
The only guy whose name was on both lists died when he was 10. What are you gonna do now? Pick up his coffin, make sure he's dead?
I know it doesn't make any sense. Unless the killer was only using his name.
But why use the name of a kid who died 30 years ago?
because you can't have anything tracked to you.
Well, that's what we came to find out. The name is John Shepherd. It should be on a grave around here somewhere.
You never give up, do you? Time to look for John Shepherd's grave. It's cold.
Shelby knows exactly where it
raining.
is.
I'm standing outside getting soaked. Oh, how I love my job. She's convinced she's onto something. And here's me, thinking we're wasting our friggin' time in this friggin' cemetery. This girl knows her mind all right. No point in trying to reason with her. The sooner we find that grave, the sooner we can get the hell out of here.
Shelby Coleman. So again, these graves,
Excuse me.
the names of them are probably
I'm looking for the grave of a young boy who died about 30 years ago. His name was John
names of the
Shepherd.
developers or writers or something for this game.
The children's
That's usually what they
graves are in
do.
the next plot. Thanks.
Daryl Allen. I haven't played this game in forever. I have forgotten where it is. It definitely wouldn't be one of the big ones because they were not rich. I didn't know you could interact with this man.
Excuse me? I'm looking for the grave of a boy named John Shepherd.
Straight ahead, a little further on.
Thanks.
I didn't know you could interact. With that man.
Hey, Scott, where are you going? John Shepherd's grave must be somewhere around here.
Did anyone ever tell you shouldn't shout in the cemetery?
Take it easy. The dead don't whine.
I've never heard that. That, you know.
Gotta hand it to her. That girl is one really determined chick.
Irish plot.
I hate cemeteries. They depress the hell out of me.
He said dead ahead, straight center. Which would have been the way I was going, but, you know, this game is stupid, so. It's a fly. Keeps on landing right between my eyes, and it's driving me nuts. This one over here by Lauren looks very pronounced. Yeah, that's what I just said. That's more... Do you know how much tombstones cost? It's like $4,400 for like one of the ones that are like half this size. Never mind the engraving and everything.
Origami figures.
That's one hell of a coincidence.
These flowers are fresh. Looks like someone's still tending the grave.
Poor youngin'. That one I knew well.
You knew, John?
But you couldn't tell me where the grave was.
Chipper?
I've worked this graveyard nearly all my life. I remember what happened. It was in 77. October, I think.
Yeah, okay, this family lives in a little, you know, rinky-dink trailer, and they can afford that $4,400 tombstone because it's very obvious that no one in this family cares for the son who dies.
Beat it, you lousy no good brats! Come back when your fucking mother comes home from work.
He's drunk again.
So this is where you slowly start to find out who the origami killer is. Of course, with the first time I played this game, I had already figured it out by now, just using my intuition,
So that we spend a day outside.
which is slightly superior than the
Well,
average.
we won't get beat. Little Rain never hurt nobody.
If I do say so myself,
on,
I'm
let's
very
go
good
play.
at figuring out problems.
Bet you can't catch me!
So this scene confirmed all my suspicions about who the origami killer was, based on what one of these children is wearing and how it has the exact same colors and everything.
Mom won't be back from work till later. She wouldn't let him treat us like this.
Again, all the kids in this game are Irish and French, voicing American people, and it comes off so weird.
Being out in the rain is nothing compared to being in when he's like that. John's right. We can't just stand here all day. Might as well go and play.
Oh my lord. So it's pretty obvious who we're playing as right now, but I'm not going to, in case you somehow haven't figured it out yet, even though I've been hinting at it since part 1.
The construction site is empty. Makes for a great playground.
This is very
John's
dangerous.
going too fast. He never waits for me.
Ah, the 70s. I used to really enjoy the television program That 70s Show, but I just can't watch it anymore for valid reasons. It just reminds me of things. And also it has a terrible depiction of the 70s because there's many instances where items, props, everything were not authentic or to the time period at all. The characters, the references, the music in that show, some of which didn't even happen until the early 80s. There's many examples. I could make a whole video on why that 70s show is historically inaccurate. The comedy, I mean, it's everything is subjective, and I don't appreciate. I mean, I just don't. You think a show, it has. Okay, so Friends and The Office. The Office is the worst television program of all time. You have a show with 20 plus main characters. You think one of them would be likable, but they're all, you know, douchebags, and they're all idiots. Jim, who is hitting on his married best friend all day, doesn't give any care whatsoever to his work or job or everything, while her fiance is downstairs and none the wiser, and she leads him on. They're both terrible people, but Jim's a douchebag. If Jim was ugly, he would have been fired like in the first week, because the only thing he does is hit on Pam the entire time, and everyone says that they're like the ultimate couple, and I'm like, that's just so stupid. That's the worst relationship ever. It's built on lies and deceit. Jim's a douchebag, and then he gets all angry at Pam when he wants to go to Pennsylvania or whatever, and it's just retarded. You think, with a show with 15 plus main characters that you see every episode, at least one of them would be likable. There's not a single one on that show that is likable. They're all retarded. And everyone keeps on acting like it's the greatest thing since God himself. Retarded. The jokes are terrible too. And its fan base is awful. It's the worst fan base. Though in those... I was going to say something very harsh about Korean pop, but I stopped myself because I'm a good person.
I told you to watch your head. You dumbass.
They're all retards anyway. They're all gay too, but that's besides the point. I have never interacted with a single Twitter K-pop quote-unquote person who wasn't a homosexual. And I'm not saying that in a degrading way, but I have not met a single non-homosexual K-pop fan.
Move your ass! I'm waiting!
Not that I don't engage with anyone on Twitter. Twitter is just, you know, retarded. I use it as a personal journal for my inner workings and mechanics. And that's all it's ever gonna be. That's all it's ever gonna be. No one's ever gonna see it. It's gonna be private. One day I'm gonna off myself. That Twitter is gonna be private.
What you doing? You're coming or not?
This is very dangerous. Work sites. I wonder if I kind of want to just see him fall down, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to restart the game.
I think he went down here.
Go the other way.
Yippee-ki-yay! You don't need to do this. It's too hard for you.
No chance, I can do it all right. Just watch.
I wouldn't be messing up these prompts if they were important.
John, wait for me. No.
Get a move on.
Cut off that little douche, cut off my dialogue. And now I'm never gonna know what this guy said. My controller isn't doing this accurately. It's overcompensating every direction I go. He could just jump from here. So it's come to my attention that the Twilight series, quote unquote Twilight, is on Netflix. Some of the worst writing and directing I've ever seen. It's one of the worst book adaptations ever.
I am scared. If he can do it, I can do it.
If you pavement's very
yeah,
easy to
it's
slip on,
crazy.
especially when it's raining.
We could break our necks doing this.
Well, he's gonna die soon anyway, so. So when I first played this and saw the John Shepherd grave, I assumed he just died in, like, you know, doing dumb stuff like that and breaking his neck, but he actually drowns in rainwater, which I guess is supposed to be symbolic about how the origami killer kills his victims. But the more realistic option in the scenario is that John Shepherd broke his neck because he fell 10 stories jumping off a concrete building.
Let's play hide and seek. You go and count to 20 and check.
Also, how did John Shepherd not know that he saw this giant hole with water running in it? He's like, I'll hide there. There's no way he could have. I mean, he definitely could have avoided that.
3,
I always do this truthfully and honestly and count to 20 the regular way, but I'm gonna cheat here because I need to make up for time being wasted.
13, 17, 20.
I never had anyone to play hide and seek with, so I don't know if that's entirely accurate with how he's skipping the count like that. Yeah, how did he not see this huge hole? How did he fall in here?
My foot is stuck.
Somehow.
I'll come out there.
So, in a real situation, you have to go, if your foot's stuck under the water, you have to go down to get your foot out. Like how you get snagged with the, you know, fishing lures. You have to put the rod down to go up. People just yank on it and they get it more stuck in there. So he needs to hold onto that concrete with both hands, put his head under the water for a split second, and get his foot undone. Because if he goes down, his leg will go down too, and his foot will be unstuck, and then he can move his leg. Because right now he's moving his leg and it won't go because it's stuck. But if it goes down, if his body goes down, his leg will not be stuck anymore. He can unfree it.
Go on, hurry. I think the water's rising.
I never understood this because he should have been able to survive this just by keeping his head above that concrete, because there's no way the water could rise above the concrete because it's a, you know, solid surface.
Never did find any help. His brother drowned. Pipe full of rainwater.
The boy that lived, what happened to him?
Well, all I know is he got sick.
Also, how does this random man know this entire story? There's only one person that could have told him this story besides the killer, and that would be the mother.
His parents. I think he got adopted. Well, looks like a storm's coming. I guess I better be getting home.
You can't just blow off work because the storm's coming if you work in the cemetery, I'm pretty sure.
Christ, what a horrible story.
I had to drive to the library today, and I cut off some man in traffic, accidentally of course, but my parents were yelling at me for it, so, you know,
Do you think
fantastic. It's great to be me.
The origami killer.
Come on, let's get back in the car.
I fully admit responsibility. I don't hit people and then get out and act like I'm the victim. I admit responsibility.
There's nothing else for us here. Let's go. There she goes again. Surprisingly.
I also blew through a stop sign because it was hidden by some retarded tree. You couldn't freaking see it, which should be illegal. You could not see the stop. All you saw was green, and you had to get real close to it. You had to be stopping to see the stop sign.
I don't usually like surprises. There's nothing else for us here. Let's go. The kid died 30 years ago. Who's still... Wait.
What's the
So
matter?
there's Kramer Sr.
Over there.
Yeah?
It's Charles Kramer.
Gordy's father? What's he doing here?
He's putting flowers in John Shepherd's...
I don't agree with... I saw... It was raining when we went out, so... I saw a couple who looked around my age, if not 1 or 2 years younger. The man was holding an umbrella. The boy, I should say. The delinquent, the teenage douchebag. He was holding an umbrella over himself only, okay? Not his girlfriend. Retard.
grave.
It's heavily raining out, and he's got an umbrella only under himself. I mean, he looked like a typical scumbag. He had a Monster Energy hoodie, backwards cap, and everything. Idiot. He had the, you know, Midwest scumbag, you know, look to him. But he was like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I can never tell how old people are. Every woman I approach who I think is around my age is always either 13 or 30. There's no in between. I can never guess. They're all, every one of them, they look the same. I can't differentiate. What was I talking about? Okay, so this is the Blue Lagoon as Jaden. We have to get Paco, and then the Origami Killer will use the vigilante McCree skin to hide himself here. I'm just joking, of course. This game came out before Overwatch, and Overwatch ripped off this game for the Mystery Man McCree skin. What was I talking about? Okay, so this teenage delinquent, he was holding the umbrella only over himself while his very short, petite, probably 85-pound girlfriend, she had to be like 4'11" or 5 foot even, 5'1" maybe. And she looked very sad. She wasn't wearing a coat or anything. This douchebag's got a hoodie on and an umbrella. And I'm assuming they were boyfriend and girlfriend because they were holding hands, but no amount of hand holding is going to keep the wetness off you. I held everyone. I would in a heartbeat. I wouldn't be keep things for myself here if I was talking about freaking loser.
Mad Jack says he's passed the killer's car on the Paco. Either Paco is the killer, or he's had direct contact with him.
You can't tell me. So, if you're Madison at this area, you're supposed to pretty much prostitute yourself to get into Paco's room. That's the only reason Madison's in this game. I keep on saying it. She's ogled out. She's she's an object, basically. And a free life if you mess up as Norman or Ethan. Which, again, you would have to really suck at to do. So, yeah.
I'm here to see Paco. Paco? There ain't no Paco here, fella. Get lost.
Are you absolutely certain?
He's in his office. Take the stairs over there.
Paco's office is at the top of the stairs.
You can't tell me that
no time to waste.
At least half these women. Okay, these three people who I'm looking at there and right here are the same exact model. So that's very lazy from Quantic Dream.
Feels like every bone in my body has been shattered. I was really lucky to survive my encounter with Mad Jack.
So he's... That isn't really what I hate about this game, and I'm saying hate here, I don't loathe anything. I hate how, no matter what you pick, it seems to be predetermined for you, because it's assuming that I was put in the car crusher and had to fight my way out and fight Mad Jack. But I really arrested him, and he doesn't have any different dialogue for that.
Paco's office is at the top of the stairs. No time to waste. I didn't come here for guys. Still raining outside. Hope I'm getting there, because there's not much time left to save Sean Mars. No news from Blake. I wonder what hole he's crawled into.
That's never explained either.
No time to waste. Gotta find Paco.
Why is that on his wallet? He just keeps it in his back pocket. So the origami killer is going to attack us in here. So he's going to have a bolt in his head. So the origami killer is getting pretty concerned and anxious that Lauren and Scott Shelby are getting onto him, so he's trying to tie up loose ends here is what he's doing. But I want to know how the origami killer shook Lauren off while he came to go do this, because apparently Lauren goes everywhere with Scott Shelby. So he thought, the origami killer thought he'd just push an FBI special agent on the floor and then make his clean getaway. So you're supposed to think this is Carter Blake, is what the game is telling you. That's why Blake is quote-unquote missing. And Norman can accuse Blake of being the origami killer, which is not true. The game wants you to either think it's Ethan, Blake, or the real killer. Of course, you can die here as Jaden. So, you know, but I've played this scene like 10 times, so I'm not concerned. The chair is not what hit the aquarium. Norman's head is what hit the aquarium. So he's wearing the gold watch, that means he's a police. I caught that immediately. I didn't, because Norman will find that out later, but I caught that immediately when I played this game the first time. So again, pretty stupid of the origami killer to not kill Jaden here while he's down for the count. Just shoot him in the back of the head.
Did Paco know the guy came to see him? Sorry, I don't speak cop.
Watch my lips, asshole, because I got no time to translate. Did Paco know the guy? Yes or no?
John. He said his name's John. Friend of Paco's. Always
So that is John Shepherd, the origami killer. Which, you know, isn't really... John Shepherd really isn't his name.
I seem to spend most of my time getting the shit kicked out of me.
Not really.
The suspect dead. Someone tries to kill me. On the right track, do you think? Paco knew the killer. That's why he was killed.
Obviously.
He could have killed me. Why
Because he only kills 10-year-olds.
It was too dark. It all happened so fast. Didn't have time to see his face.
Good thing the Ari was
I'll
recording.
end up a basket case if things keep going like this. That bastard nearly broke my neck.
Well, he could have sliced you in half.
Shit. Looks like
That katana.
Road to nowhere.
If yours truly wasn't so skilled at this game, that's what would have happened. I don't know why he didn't run down the stairs and chase after him. I mean, he had like a 5-second head start, if that. And Norman is younger and...
He could have killed me.
everything.
Why didn't he? The killer was looking for
Faster.
something.
Good thing the Ari is waterproof, or else Norman would never find out who the killer is. Because the Ari footage is what makes Norman know who the killer is. So this is where Madison, on this couch over here, is where Madison has to perform her her acts on Paco to get him to reveal information. Again, it's unnecessary why Madison's in this game when you can...
Gotta go. Need to think about all this. Oh, got the shakes and the cold sweats. Gotta get back to the hotel fast.
So the best possible ending for Jaden is where he's the hero and he gets on the talk show and everything and he ditches the Tripto. I can save the fish too, but I'm not... Oh, never mind.
Pocket. I tore it off during the fight. 2 receipts from the same gas station. Interesting.
So that's how we geoanalyze the killer's apartment. Okay, that's everything. So the next episode should be Ethan, where he's at the motel and he gets busted by the police. Because since Madison's dead, there's no way to tip him off. Which doesn't change what would have happened. Ethan's getting arrested no matter what. So Norman should automatically... I don't know why they even gave Norman the option to accuse Blake as being the killer. Because Norman knows that Blake is too stupid to be the serial killer already. An amateur like him, a mediocre man, would have been caught already, and, you know, that's not what happens. Hey, this is the same guy from the party. He looks like the 1940s mobster. That's the same man. You can't tell me that half these women just wouldn't instantly be all over Norman. I mean, being an FBI special agent and in your 20s something is already an accomplishment, and he's 6 feet tall and good looking. So, there's no reason why he's not, like, you know. Okay, so Ethan's gonna get arrested here. For one, because Ethan's a terrible character. 2, I don't want him to save Sean. Norman's gonna save Sean. And 3, Madison's dead, so he's going to have to. He's not gonna be able to get tipped off. And 4, we need Ethan in prison. Why is he spending his time crying when he could be out saving Sean? I mean,
I couldn't kill that man. He was a father like me. I had no right to...
So, again, I didn't get that far, because if you successfully do it, which I intentionally did not, with the man you're supposed to kill, he's like, I'm a father, please don't kill me, and you can choose to not kill him, which is stupid. If you're gonna go that far, just kill him. Or you could fake it, like I said you should have, like pull a Jesse Pinkman, and fake it like you should have done. But I purposely got shot out of his house, because I wanted Ethan to not find that. Because realistically, I'm going for the realistic option here. Ethan does not know how to use a gun. That guy's a drug dealer with a shotgun. He would definitely kill Ethan.
Take his life, not even to save my son's. I'm sorry, Sean. I did what I thought was right. I'll find you, Sean. I swear I'll find you. No news from Madison. Strange girl. I wonder what she's up to.
She's being...
I'm not a killer.
Molested by that creepy old man in the basement.
Where are you, Sean?
Necrophiliac or whatever. There's no water. Okay, so the last trial is the rat. Which Ethan has to quote-unquote kill himself, which he doesn't. It's a fake potion or whatever. But since Ethan's gonna kill himself no matter what, if he doesn't find Sean, it doesn't really matter. Also, he's about to get in prison. So again, doesn't matter. Okay, so I can sleep or whatever on the bed, or take a nap, or sit down, or whatever. Okay, I need to make sure the cops are coming. Yep.
Cops, shit. Gotta find a way out.
Alright, so we're just gonna stay in here.
Can't get out this way. They're already staking out the courtyard. If they get their hands on me, I'll have no hope of saving Sean. Cops, they've come to get me. Can't get out that way. The balcony. Might just be able to jump to the next one. I'm surrounded. I might as well give myself up.
There you go.
Better not answer that. The phone? That's weird. No one else knows I'm here apart from Madison.
Yeah, who is calling? Only Madison's supposed to... I pushed down that entire time, and it led me into the bathroom.
Hello?
Is it Jaden? Oh, well, I guess we'll never know. I think it is Jaden, if Madison's dead. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Okay, so Ethan is arrested for real this time. I pity that Jaden got him out. They only sent 2 people in here for the origami killer, apparently. Supposedly. Okay, so now that Ethan's in prison, we don't get any more Ethan episodes. And we save Sean as Norman, and he finds the real killer, so Ethan will be released. I can't think of any more Norman episodes past So this is where he tries to find out who the killer is in his office, and then I think the next Norman episode, and the last episode in the game, is where he goes to find Sean. Because, unless, oh yeah, wait, we have to play Scott after this, because that's where things get real.
My son's gonna die! You gotta save him! Please! Save my son!
So, Norman was the one who threw him in the jail cell? Why is he like instantly...
Save my son.
Don't you worry. Norman is a much superior man than you. I didn't want Ethan to get charged with resisting arrest there, or assaulting a police officer, because he gets let out if you save Sean. Alright, so that one little scene took that long to load in as Jaden, because that took like 3 times as long as that Scott scene did, and this is a whole episode, so... Okay, so this is the one where Lauren rats you out for real, and then we have to kill Lauren because I don't like her. We have to go and kill all of Kramer's goons, then we play as Norman trying to figure out who the killer is, and then we play as Scott, another flashback thing. With the kid, and then I think that's it. That must be a thing in France, because that doorknob's in the middle of the door, which I think is probably a thing in France where this game was made. But it's not set in.
You should have listened to me, Mr. Shelby. I told you to drop the investigation.
Your son is a serial killer. How many people does he have to kill before you turn him in?
Gordy has his faults, but he's still my son. You have no children, Mr. Shelby. You can't possibly understand. You leave me no choice. Your investigation...
Scott Shelby looks like a pug or something.
For good.
That's very unrealistic how one pistol hit knocks out a fully grown man, especially from a weeko like that guy was. Again, nobody knows how to tie anyone up in this game. Just throwing that out there. Yours truly, on the other hand, is a...
Lauren! Shit.
Alright, so we're saving ourselves here. Lauren is going to never wake up from her. Again, Scott can't die, so there's not much point in stressing out here. We are out of here. The car's already completely submerged. There's no point in... He needs a sharp object to pierce the window in the front. Not gonna happen. They're too far down for this to be a good option in real life. Again, I knew that you're supposed to go out this way. I was just doing it, yeah, again, because I knew that he'd eventually, as soon as he went out that way, as soon as you broke that window, he climbs out. So I was doing the other window first just to see what would happen. Okay, so Lauren is dead. So in hindsight, I should have played on super hard mode, like I usually do, but I hadn't played this in 2 years, 1 year and 7 or 8 months. So I wanted to make sure I didn't fail immediately, because that would not only be embarrassing, it would be time consuming to redo.
I'm gonna waste that cocksucker. They're gonna
I got cut off there. This is our number 1 part of the finale. I want to know where he got this car from, because his car just got sunk. So, yeah, we're here to... I don't think I'm going to kill Kramer, but I'm definitely going to kill all his goons. Very unlikely. I probably could have read his thoughts there. These are the worst henchmen ever. So I could save time here and just fail and have them shoot me and I can leave. Because Shelby can't die. He's the only character who can't die for valid and justifiable reasons. That guy in the back just fell. These are the worst henchmen ever. That guy just naked gunned himself out the window. Also, he hasn't reloaded once. He probably has 8 to 11 bullets in that gun, and that's being generous, because it's a semi-automatic. This has to be like shot number 17 or something. I haven't been paying attention. Okay, so we're not going to kill Kramer, because the criteria for perfect crime has already been failed. And perfect crime doesn't matter at this point because Jaden, our fate is already secured as Jaden being the person who saved Sean. Perfect crime is only if I somehow managed to kill Ethan and Jaden, because Madison was already dying no matter what. That was established in part 1. It was one of the first things I said.
Son killed all those kids, didn't he? He's the origami killer.
I don't know if Scott Shelby genuinely believes that Gordy's the killer, but this is really stupid that this plot even exists.
No! No! He's innocent! He's not a killer! Not a killer!
Going this way.
You're a fucking liar. Now tell me the truth.
No! No, please! Don't hurt me!
Last chance.
I don't know. I swear. I don't know anything. Stop.
Oops.
Stop. I beg you. I'll tell you everything.
Gordy always wanted his fun, you know. He wanted to be like the origami killer.
So his defense is pretty much Gordy is a teenage girl on Tumblr.
He kidnapped that kid and he held him under the water for a little too long. It was an accident. An unfortunate accident. He just wanted to play. He told me everything. He was crying. He was so sorry for what had happened. Whatever he did, Gordy is my son.
No one will miss him.
What?
That boy, Gordy killed. No one will miss him. He was street trash, like so many others.
You disgusting pile of shit. What about John Shepherd? Why did you put flowers on his grave?
I own the construction site where he died. I never forgot. I've been putting flowers on his grave.
He just contradicted himself. Because he just said they're all trash, and now he's like, oh, I cared for John Shepherd. No one will miss him. Well, he apparently misses him.
John had a twin brother. What happened to him?
I don't know. He was adopted, I think.
Shelby knows what happened to him. Also, we have to go... I don't think you go to the hospital as Shelby. I think it's a Madison exclusive mission. And since Madison's dead...
His mother, you know. Her name is Anne. Anne Shepard.
Kramer knows this. Why? There's too many little flaws in this game's story for it to be taken seriously. Yeah, Beyond Two Souls is without a doubt the better game.
Lauren. She was just a whore. You'll forget her in no time. Come on, work for me, Shelby. I'll pay you well. You haven't had all the girls you...
Shelby should definitely take up on this offer.
Never say her name again. You hear me? Never.
My heart! My heart! Quickly! I need my pills. In that drawer. There.
He killed Lauren. He got what he deserved.
We don't care about Lauren.
Fucking bastard. Let him die.
So I wonder what
can't
happens if
let
I
him die.
just stand here. If I don't leave or help him, I just kind of stand here and see what happens.
Even though he deserves
I'm not going
it.
to find out because time is of the essence
I'm
here.
better than him if I let him die.
Kramer's a decent character. I mean, he's nothing special in terms of characters in games, memorable or elsewise, but there's worse. Especially in this game, there's worse characters than in this game.
You saved my life.
So you're telling me that he couldn't walk, 5 feet to get his life-saving pills? And I understand the chest pain. Tell me, I have a better understanding of chest pain than most men in their 80s. I know everything about chest pain, so don't be telling me about chest pain. That being said, I would get up and walk 5 feet to get my life-saving miracle pill.
I already regret it.
Okay, so we have to find out who the killer is here. Quote-unquote find out, since yours truly is known this entire time. And you should too, if you're somehow watching this, which you won't be. This is exclusive for my own viewing pleasure. If you are watching this playthrough, then you understand why no one wants to be around yours truly.
There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
All packed up and ready.
So Norman, again, Blake just shows up after like 4 days of being missing. No one says anything, and Norman doesn't even surprise.
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
Again, we're going to trip out here. And we're not taking the tryptocane. Actually, he takes it no matter what here. So you only only have to take tryptocane twice in this entire story, which I've, done. Since, again, I'm not going to subject anyone to drugs, real or fictional. I don't even take medication. I don't take Tylenol or anything. Never in my life. I've suffered through the pain.
You should be careful not to overindulge in no one. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Alright, so we have to... I think it's 3 minutes that you have before he overdoses from the RE. 3 or 5 minutes. Okay, so we have to get the gas tickets, geoanalyze that location with the gold policeman watch thing, and then that'll tell us where the killer is.
Two receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home.
Unlikely. Every gas station around my residence is very far away and nowhere near my house.
Fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
I have to stop it so it stops on the part with his watch available. Good Lord. There's a delay in when you want to stop it. Jesus Christ. No, it's the wrong...
It's got nothing to do with...
Yeah, I'm aware. What the hell? I can't see what's going on. Okay, so it's got to be in the very beginning. Why is the sword still on the screen? That's not it. Good God, it's right there. It's that frame right there. That's not what I... It's on the screen, you can see it. This is bullshit. I'm losing my sanity. Play. I immediately pushed it and it didn't do it. If Norman overdoses here, I'm quitting this game. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not resuming if Norman dies at this point. Go push on... This game is retarded. Every Quantic Dream game is retarded. I take back any sort of admiration, anything I put. Finally. Why isn't it analyzing the watch? Where's the watch? What the hell? The watch should be one of the clues. Okay, now the game just doesn't want to work. I know I did that right. I know I did that right. He didn't have an audio clip of the... Okay, the game is just broken now.
Goat watch.
Finally, good lord. So I knew immediately that the killer would be a cop. As soon as Ann or Jan or whoever the receptionist was went into such a long debacle about how they've gotten the same model for the past 20 years, I just knew that that would be the thing that you'd find. Because there's no reason for that to be in the game for it not to be. It's too predictable. This game is too predictable.
The killer is a cop. Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake. That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
To be a serial killer. Why was this even entertained? Where's the receipts?
The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
I know, you're supposed to use the gas station.
That doesn't get us anywhere.
I did not push that. Lord.
Cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone.
He's not a cop anymore.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, he's overdosing.
On the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.
Okay, if he starts tearing up blood from both eyelids, that means he's about to overdose. So that almost, because the retarded stupid watch syndrome thing didn't want to work. So Carter calls in people to tail Norman here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so Norman's fate has been secured. He knows who the killer is. And if you were Madison or Ethan still alive, you'd be doing stuff right now too, but this is the best ending for everyone. Realistically, the best ending for everyone. Madison had nothing to contribute to life, so life didn't want her. Ethan does not have the tools or capability or intellectual capability
Mom's work is too far away.
To find Sean. As in realistically, Norman Jane is an FBI special agent who specializes in these things, has accurate training and intellect. So he is the accurate person here.
There's no one around to help. Hold on, bro. I'll find someone. Then we'll come back and save you. Dad, I've got to get Dad. He's the only one who can save John. Gotta move. Gotta find someone. The water's still right. Dad, it's John. He fell into a pipe. He's
get out of here, you little pest. Leave me alone.
You gotta come, Dad. Come on, John's gonna die. John's gonna die.
Well, that'll be one less greedy mouth to feed, won't it? Go away.
Please, Dad, I'm begging you.
I want to know why they didn't use a similar model to this person's who it's supposed to be, because it looks nothing like his kid does when he's grown up.
Please, Dad.
The killer.
Save John. I tried, John. I really tried, but he wouldn't come. Please don't die, John. Please.
There's many better ways to save John from dying here. If I was in the situation, John wouldn't be dead. I'm just throwing that up there. He also wouldn't be this stupid if I was his father.
Don't forget about this, Scotty.
He should instantly be drifted away by now. He's lifeless, his limb. Also, his eyes should still be open. If you haven't guessed who this person is, then you are not the brightest person in the world, if you don't know who the killer is by now. Oh, hot darn. Surprise, surprise. Scott Shelby is the origami killer. John Shepherd. Scott Shepherd. He is a man of many names. If you didn't realize, that kid is dressed exactly like Scott, so I don't know how you didn't immediately get that the first time you saw the kid. I still don't know what happened to the fathers of the children. That's never explained. How both of them just run off and are never seen again. So, I don't know if there's more things on the table just all of a sudden. I don't know how he put them on the table just to dramatically take them off the table. So, I will give this game one thing. Scott's position as a private investigator, and he comes and collects the evidence using his private investigator title as like an ability to do that. That's very clever. So no one questions that he's just getting the evidence and immediately destroying it, and nobody questions when he doesn't find the serial killer who's evaded everyone. So it's a win-win scenario. Again, he was supposed to do this in like 5.5 seconds because Lauren was turned for that long, and she somehow didn't hear that loud thud or the call, or the open window. Also, I don't get the point of him wiping down the thing if he was just gonna wipe everything down. Also, he's gonna start a fire in this house. Because this is the fire that starts the house fire. Because if Madison was here, then he'd tip it over and trap Madison inside, and you can find his little hidey hole with Madison. So in his closet is where he hides the typewriter and all the orchids and everything. But you only find that out if you're Madison playing through. So, I think it's stupid that Norman shows up and Scott is all surprised that it's Norman and not Ethan. But there's cameras everywhere. Scott knows Ethan's every move, so he would know instantly that Ethan got arrested. Okay, so this is the grand finale. This is the climax where Norman finds out about Sean and the killer and everything. So again, this can play out many different ways depending on which characters you get to the end. Far too many for me to, count off, but I know I've done all of them, so this is just the ending that I think is the best for this gameplay.
The rainfall has reached critical levels. There's not much time left if I want to find the kid alive. The old docks, the perfect place for a killer.
How does someone just not stumble in here?
The killer might be near.
Even on accident?
Let's hope I'm not mistaken. There'll be no one to save Jean Mars if I've come to the wrong place.
So, there's supposed to be cameras set up here because Scott has been sending Ethan cameras, you know, videos of Sean drowning, but there's no cameras or anything here. And it's not like Sean hasn't showed up yet. So, I mean, there's no explanation for why there's no cameras here. Another flaw from this game. Okay, just go. He's going so slow. Move faster. Am I stuck on something? I can't progress. I'm moving as... Good lord. Am I stuck right here? This is as far as the game goes. Okay, I can't go up the stairs like I'm supposed to. I'm stuck right here. I am so close to victory. I can't progress the game. It won't let me go to Sean. Good lord.
Holy Christ.
3 more steps.
Hang on, kid. I'll get you out of there.
In real life, that would have ricocheted and immediately shot him in the head and killed him. Again, Sean should be able to just grab on these bars and keep him from drowning, but instead, he just, you know, didn't. Since he has FBI special training, CPR, again, he would know how to do that. I highly doubt that the average human could perform expert CPR as an FBI special agent would. Yeah, there's the camera.
You're okay. You're safe now. You're safe.
So this is actually...
What are you doing here?
They should have pushed him in the thing. The well.
Only his father can save him.
Shelby should just like kick Sean back into the well and close it.
I've been waiting so long for a father capable of giving his life for his son. And what do I get? Nothing! Nobody! Oh!
That was a great kick.
What real love if it isn't sacrifice? Oh, people say they love each other. They're just a pack of liars!
You shouldn't have gotten mixed up in this.
You discovered my little secret.
So I have to kill Scott here as Jaden. It's mandatory. If I wouldn't do it if I didn't have to.
Are you alright, Sean?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Where's Dad?
I'll call the police. They'll come and get you, okay?
He should already be calling the police. He's seen Scott, so it's like Norman could expertly identify Scott. He just has to run through all the cops in the system, and it'd take like an hour tops to find out who Scott is, because Norman has seen him. So he doesn't have to chase Scott right now, but he does very stupidly, I might say. One of the few stupid things he does. He should call the cops in, get all the reinforcements. Oh yeah, see? So Norman can still die here. He can get killed by Scott. And that's not the, you know, that's not what we're going for, but I'm just throwing that is an option. Somehow Scott got behind him and ran at full speed, and he's a chunky dude, so I don't know how Norman didn't hear his footsteps. So Scott has to die here. These two men right here are the best characters in the game. Norman is of course far and above Scott. It's Norman number 1, and way down is number 2, Scott Shelby. The characters of this game, the tier list. Top 10. If he could have gone just a little to the right, Norman would have been dead. It solved all his problems. So again, you can die here. Who threw away a perfectly good flat screen in 2009? Those things are hard to come across in 2009. So again, this is where Scott, being a 48-year-old man, fighting a special agent from the FBI, 20-something-year-old Norman Jayden, this is where he starts to show. Realistically, they would have both already slipped off of this thing by now. There's no way he just one-handed this 25-pound sledgehammer. They definitely would have gone right. See, this game has weird cuts like that. Major flaws, minimal flaws, cuts in the animation, cuts in the cutscenes, and just... So of course you can just not do anything here and roll off the side of this. So, no matter what, you can't save Scott here. So it's not even worth trying to get him up. Of course, it would be better for looking as an FBI special agent, it'd be better to get the suspect alive so that he can be sentenced and the public can be happy. But even if you push help, he pulls a Michael from Grand Theft Auto and punches you. And the result is the same. Scott Shelby can't live if he's found out as the killer. Unless everyone else dies. Alright, so that's Heavy Rain. Ethan will be released from prison. We're gonna get all the endings here in a second.
Successful resolution of this case was made possible only by the bravery and tenacity of Norman Jayden, an FBI profiler
damn straight
to help local police. State-of-the-art technology and his own investigator's flair allowed him to track down the killer. Our main headline today: it is reported that the police...
How do they have this just evil-looking picture of Scott laying around?
Scott Shelby, 48, is a former police lieutenant who claimed to be a private eye hired by the families of the killer's victims.
Glenn Sanders is the worst news reporter anchor name I've ever heard.
But further details have not yet been released to the public.
Alright, so that statement changes immensely depending on which, character saves Sean, if they die or not, whatever.
You're free to go.
So I didn't want to kill Ethan, obviously. I was trying to get Ethan out of the way and save Sean as Jayden so that Ethan would be, reunited eventually.
Sean has been waiting to see you for weeks. I thought you might like him to be here as soon as you got out.
Why is he even still like in his clothes? He should be in his jumpsuit or something.
I'm sorry.
You better be. Grace sold him out, sold him down the river, did all of it.
I promise, son. I never will again.
So there's many unanswered questions about like Ethan's blacking out, his tendencies. He's also admitted that he was he's admitted. She says journalist Madison Page. So that whole Madison being the photographer BS is just BS. That's it. So Madison was going to blackmail Ethan and do all sorts of crazy things. She had to go. She had to go. She was a terrible character. She had to die. So there's many unanswered questions about Ethan and everyone from this game. Pretty much, because I mean this game has too many flaws in the plot and everything just to be it would be not right to say that this game is good. And it has a certain charm, and I personally can endure it, but it's not a good game. Beyond Two Souls is a good game, but it's not a very good game.
Okay, Brittany, it's a wrap.
Great. Let's get out of here. All this hokey claptrap has made me hungry.
So you'd see like, how do they know that Madison's dead too? I mean that's just one of the hundreds or tens or dozens. Why is Ethan so torn up about this? How do they know Madison's dead? That guy was never found out, and if he was, she wouldn't have had any ID on her or anything. They must have found her motorcycle and tracked her to that place. That's the only way they could have found Madison. Because Madison's been long dead at this point. She's probably cut up in 10 pieces by now, and on her way to Cuba. That's just another plot hole. This entire thing is plot holes. Unanswered questions and plot holes.
Is on the cover of today's World magazine this week, and has been hailed by the whole nation as a new hero for our time.
So this is the best possible ending you can get as Norman. All of his other ones are he's plagued by night terrors, hallucinations, and overdosing, and he dies. This is the only good Norman Jayden ending, which is a crying shame, because he's the best character in this game. He deserves to get a better ending.
Norman Jayden.
He apparently only owns one suit too, Norman. Yeah, I mean this entire game looks like it could have been made in Gary's mod. So this is when Jayden throws away the Tripto. Norman's actually probably the trickiest person to play as, because he can die at any point in this game if you just forget to pause the game, and he can overdose while he's in RE mode, and he's always in RE mode, so, or usually, so you know. And keep in mind, this is the best possible ending you can get as Norman. I've done everything expertly to assure this fate. And it's still bad. It's still a bad ending. Why is he still looking at the origami killer case? It's case closed. There's nothing else to study. Also, that folder just glitched out there for a minute. It turned black. See, now he's hallucinating. I mean, he'll probably commit suicide in the next 6 months because it'll get too much for him. It'll probably steadily get worse, and he doesn't have tryptocane anymore to fall back on. So I mean, that's the best possible ending for Norman Jayden. So this is where if Lauren is still alive, she'd be huffing and puffing right now, but since she's dead, the game just ends like that. So there's a lot of stuff we didn't do. We didn't do any of the Madison missions. We didn't tip off Ethan. Ethan didn't do the last trial. He didn't kill the guy. You didn't go to see Anne at the the place. Also, Scott has no living relatives or anything, so he'd be in an unmarked grave, or more likely he'd be cremated. They wouldn't be doing this whole massive gravestone right here. Okay? They don't do that for serial killers. Unless they have something in their will specifically that says so. Why would he need a mess? There's nothing on that gravestone. He just needs this bottom part with his plaque on it. They don't need that gray part that's on top.
I want to see them again. I'm a father too.
So that's it. Heavy rain. Okay, so the final verdict is in because we didn't get to do that. Okay, so terrible experience. I mean, that was the best possible ending that anyone could have gotten. And I'm not saying that as in like everyone survived. I'm saying that as like the most realistic, best scenario ending for everyone realistically that they could have gotten. Yeah. I'm very glad that this is over. And Beyond Two Souls is far and away the better game. You feel genuinely sorry for Jodie and you want to protect her. You want to make sure she doesn't die. You feel bad for her. Her life is so terrible. These characters are just insufferable besides Norman. I mean, they're just whiny crybabies, blah blah, weirdo, everything, okay? Jodie, you feel bad for her. She's a little, 4'11" girl with a demon inside her head. She's sad. And you're sad for her. And Willem Dafoe, his family dies. It's not like this where Ethan, his kid is still alive. So that's what would have happened if he went, in the hotel. Because I just gave myself up. Yeah, and this is where you hoe yourself out as Madison to get into Paco, but we didn't do that mission. What was I saying? Okay. This game and Beyond Two Souls were only played because I had PS Plus for 3 months, and I still do, so odds are I'm going to make some Friday the 13th or Black Ops 3 Part 3s and 1s. LA Noire probably won't happen since I just played LA Noire and I did every trophy, everything, every side mission, every street crime, every outfit, which takes forever. The one where you have to not be tailed on the entire Vice desk, and if you are, you have to redo completely the Vice desk. It was insufferable. It was very tedious, and it almost made me quit more than anything in the game. I am beyond perfect at LA Noire, so maybe 6 months or so, because I just played that 3-4 months ago. I just 100%ed it, so I need to let it rest for a little while so I can get, I'd be rushed, if I played it right now, I'd be rushing through it because I just played it. It's not, fun for me because I just played it. So probably 6, 8, maybe even a year from now, if I'm, still alive, I'll play LA Noire, I can almost guarantee you. And that game is very long. It's a Rockstar game. It's like playing Red Dead Redemption 2 or, something of that. It takes a long time. It'll take more parts than this. What was I saying? So, I have PS Plus for 2 months and 2 weeks. So, probably Black Ops 3. I have Shadow of the Colossus installed. I don't know if I'll play that though, since I'm not... I've never played that game before, but it was free. So I bought it. And I have to have PS Plus to play it. I can play some Battlefront. Overwatch again, maybe. The Summer Games event is going on right now. I remember playing the first Summer Games event in 2016, and I had every single skin, and I thought I was real hot stuff because I'm like, they're never going to release these skins again. And then the next year, they released every single skin they had the first year, and made them useless because anyone could just buy them for in-game currency. You didn't have to pay for them anymore, and it was retarded. It was retarded because now you had no sense of pride when you wore the skins that you could only get in the first year of the game. It's just retarded. It was stupid. So those mean nothing now. Everyone has those. And again, my name is so fruity and stupid. Magic Turtle, it's a retarded name. I don't know why they gave me that name. I paid money to change the name to something else. Something respectable and profound. They changed it back to some fruity nonsense. So, as I say, this game, terrible. If you put Norman Jayden in place of Ryan Clayton, I wouldn't even be playing Heavy Rain. I'd play Beyond Two Souls exclusively. I would have 100%ed that game by now. If Norman Jayden was Jodie's love interest in Beyond Two Souls, they would have definitely ended up together. They should have. I don't know why. Ryan should be the douchey, person in this game. He should be like, Carter Blake. Retarded. I loathe this gameplay. I am so passive aggressive, and my voice is so. In this playthrough, you can sense that I'm arrogant and stubborn and all that terribleness, because this game brings it out. Beyond Two Souls, I felt genuine sorrow. I did not get angry. This game made me angry at various points. And there was only select few plot holes, and well, compared to this game anyway, there was a select few plot holes and inconsistencies and BS that happened in Beyond Two Souls. So Detroit Become Human is even worse than Heavy Rain. I'm bashing on Heavy Rain very heavily right now, and Detroit Become Human, even worse. If I somehow play Detroit Become Human, it would be a train wreck, because I just wouldn't stop talking about how bad the game is the entire time. I have nothing nice to say about Detroit Become Human. I hate its fan base. I hate the internet jokes or memes or whatever. I hate that word, memes. Terrible. It's a made up stupid word. I've never once looked at one of those things and laughed in my life. Everyone thinks they're so freaking funny. All these other people my age these are the same people who don't hold umbrellas for their girlfriends with their friggin' backwards cap for douchebag while I'm getting yelled at for passing a stop sign. Stupid is the point I'm getting at here. So I have PS Plus for 2.5 more months, roughly. 2.5 more months, roughly. So Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3 Zombies, Overwatch, possibly, Friday the 13th, possibly, Battlefront, possibly. I don't really, Shadow of the Colossus, maybe. I don't know how long that game is, and I don't really know if I have the willpower or strength to play that right now and fake my emotions to seem that I enjoy it. Which I have been doing this entire gameplay. Retarded. I wish I could just watch a movie and react to that, but this channel is far too important. This channel is my only time capsule. Okay? All of my videos are on here. That's just, it's a time capsule. My playlists are on here. My playlists are unmatched by every single other playlist on this website. You will not know pain. You will not know suffering. And you will never know the playlist because it's privated. It's only linked to one place. So that was the piss poor excuse for a game, Heavy Rain. I'm being overly harsh right now. This game has been knocked off my top 10 of all time list, and that's a hard list to get on, and it's an even harder list to get on once you've been kicked off. Beyond Two Souls has taken the 10th position, or 9th position. I'll have to review the list. I wish I could just watch a movie and react to it. I have LA Confidential, Heather, Zodiac, Zero Day, Aviator, Reservoir Dogs, Memento, Social Network, Jacob's Ladder, Better Off Dead, No Country for Old Men, Usual Suspects, Fight Club, Bill and Ted 1 and 2, Lost in Translation, Clue, Stand By Me, The Machinist, Donnie Brasco, The Informant, Vacation, Groundhog Day, Christmas Story, Goonies, The Shining, Seven, Shutter Island, The Revenant, Boondock Saints. I could do that all day. Point out inconsistencies, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. I would get instantly stricken down on this channel. And this channel is the only thing I'm living for, pretty much, at this point. It is a time capsule of my emotions. It is how I feel. Okay? It is beyond good and evil. I would do movie reviews all day, every day, if that was possible. And even if it was, I could screen record. I don't have a laptop that has a disc drive. I could put them in the PS4, but I can't screen record media entertainment besides a game. I'm stuck. I can't, I have to buy all this equipment that I can't afford to make content. It's retarded. And I can't even use Audacity anymore because they shut it down. My video editor that I use takes 16 hours to make videos, so I'm stuck here. So I don't know what to tell you. This has been Heavy Rain. There's some good things about it too, but good is too good of a word. There are some respectable things about it, but it's mostly not good. Still better than Detroit Become Human. It would be a absolute train wreck freak show if I played that game. I don't know if I could take it if I played that game. Okay. I know I'm missing something. I'm supposed to say something else. And I'm gonna hate myself even more than I do for regretting to not say it, neglecting to not say it. But that's kind of the point where we're at right now. I wish I could do other content than this, any other sort of content. I hate Black Ops 3. I hate Friday the 13th when no one plays it with me. No one wants to play that game. It's a multiplayer game. For 38 minutes for a match, you can never find a match in that game. Overwatch is beyond unplayable since they changed McCree. It was even unplayable before that. I was genuinely good at Overwatch. I was skilled at Overwatch. And they took it away from me. They took the one game I could outplay anyone in. They took it away. Because McCree is now terrible, and he's the only character I play. 95% of my game time since 2016, launch day, has been on McCree. I don't know how to play anyone else. If I could use clips of Zero Day without getting, because every Zero Day video I've made, which is 2 as of yet, music videos for my superior taste in music. Of course, they're edited to my liking. The music tracks are edited to my liking with Audacity, the desktop. And I make videos with Zero Day because there's many influential clips. Not influential. Forget that I said that. That's not what I meant. Not inspiring. What was interesting? Interesting. There was many interesting clips in the film Zero Day. Elephant is terrible. Elephant is what someone who's never done anything, who never has gone through anything Andre and Cal have gone to, think a movie about that is about. Zero Day captures it almost perfectly. The acting is a tiny bit forced sometimes, but that's understandable with 2 actual 17-year-olds. Not these 28-year-olds playing 17-year-olds in Elephant. Elephant is terrible. Everyone defends Elephant. Elephant is terrible. I mean, it's so shitty. I can't even think the words for it. I can make a video, and I probably should if I could. Every time I use clips of Zero Day, YouTube gets on me. They get on my case. They say, you know, you can't use clips of Zero Day. They reach out and do it. They don't do it for Elephant because Elephant isn't even recognized as a harmful content because Elephant's so stupid and doesn't get the point across. This random blonde guy goes into this room and freaking cries. And he cries, okay, and the woman just comes and kisses him. No woman comes up and kisses you if you're crying alone. They yell at you and think you're weird. This man, who cries at school? What man cries at school? What man cries in general? I don't have emotions. I don't have emotions. Cowardly. So an elephant, the blonde person, who's not even relatable to the story. He doesn't even do anything in the story. He's not one of the shooters or anything. He walks into this room at the library, at the school, no less, and he starts pouring, he's crying. And then, I don't know where this girl comes, walks up, and she just kisses him. And then she just walks away like nothing just happened. What Gus Van Sant thinks he's so high and mighty because he did Good Will Hunting, which is a shitty movie. Good Will Hunting's terrible, okay? Robin Williams, do not care. Matt Damon, pissant. Gus Van Sant is a terrible director, okay? Terrible. And he thinks Elephant is so influential and everything. Well, stupid. Zero Day is superior. You know how much my copy of Zero Day was for DVD? It was $14.99. You know how much other people were paying? $88. That's just one of the many examples of my superiority in intellect on buying things for good prices and finding them where no one else can find them. I want to make every other kind of content besides these videos. I want everything documented. Everything needs to be well documented. This channel is my time capsule. It's my legacy. Okay? It's the only thing that will be of me. This has been Heavy Rain. I hate my life. Bye-bye.